Gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Wednesday, it's April 17th, and it is exactly 2:30 in the a.m. Now, I thought about and marinated on this message all the way into this office this morning, and I still don't really have, I want to say, a solid footing, but I'm going to shoot my best shot. Man, the thing that made me think of this particular topic is that, I was having a conversation with folk the other day, and for the life of the entire conversation, this person would not commit to anything. And I thought, how do you operate in the middle? Is that your safe space? For me, operating in the middle, I'm saying for me, operating in the middle is like no content of character, an invertebrate, if you will. I'm just going to slide on over to this side, and I'm going to shift over to this side, and I'm not going to commit to anything. I'm just going to go with wherever the conversation is going and play it safe. If there is such a thing as playing it safe in those kind of situations, because I'm going to go to some scripture here. Revelation 3:15 and 16, and I know we've heard variations of it at some point in time in our lives. I know your works. You are neither cold nor hot. Would that you either cold or hot. So because you are lukewarm and neither hot nor cold, I will spit you out of my mouth. Because you remain in your safe, not committing to anything, not standing, 10 toes down on conviction, wanting to be liked, wanting to, spit out the popular opinion. And what's funny is the folks that are locked into the popular opinion need to recognize that all you need to do is wait your time, because your opinion will no longer be popular, and the folks that you're shifting and shape forming to are going to turn on you. This form of opinion cannibalism, if you will. I want you to think about where you are on that spectrum of things. In this particular passage of scripture, the church was being addressed. And, I can't remember which church it begins with an L. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. I cannot. Let's see if I can see it here. No, I had it all laid out, and I don't want to waste video time really talking about the minute details. I know it's important. I know the church begins with an L, but for the life of me, it eludes because I'm so caught up in the thought. But I just want you to know, a person without conviction, if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything. And that's basically what this scripture is saying. And you know what? Let me say this as well. There's no harm in being gullible. Because that can always be addressed with learning. The harm is in always extending the benefit of the doubt, even when you know better. Because then you're being exploited. Does that make sense? I hope that you grab hold of that thought. Again, there's no harm in being gullible because that can be addressed with education. But when you go along to get along, you're being exploited. That's a form of manipulation. That is a power inequity. I want to also share this scripture that goes hand in hand with the scripture in Revelation, and that is 2 Timothy 3:5. Having the appearance of godliness, but denying its power. And there's a little blip in the end. Avoid such people. You know, it's easy to get caught up in that. God, I know you're there. Those empty prayers that goes back to, again, I'm not hot or cold. I'm just going to roll with you. You know, that person that just wants to hop in the car and say they went for a ride. The person that hops in the car, you know, to be the lookout for the heist. Notice the words I used there. James 4:4. You adulterous people, do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Now see, when you hear the word adultery, you think of stepping outside your marriage. James really brought it back to the initial scripture in Revelation. You're not committed to anything. You adulterous people. Do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Therefore, now there's that word. I told you when I was taught, when the word therefore shows up, you got to see what it's there for. It says, whoever wishes to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God. You can't have it both ways, folks. You can't play it safe in the middle. Even that yellow line down the middle of the road, cars cross it from time to time and enter into other lanes. Think about that.